Hello one and all, this is Soulful Lordy, James Bullock, once again with another video game first impressions. This time around, Far Cry 6 for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Google Stadia, PC, and Amazon Luna. Really, at this point, Far Cry doesn't need that much of an introduction. It's one of those games that has become synonymous with the Ubisoft game design, the open world design, where there are a plethora of things to do, as well as main and side missions, collectibles, and of course controlling a character as they go through these various areas, killing individuals, not having the ability to subdue them or just knock them out. You have to legitimately kill them, hunting animals, fishing, skydiving, grabbing supply drops from enemies, infiltrating and taking over forts, and hopefully not setting off alarms at the same time, and just doing pretty much anything that involves anarchy as you try to begin a revolution. In this game though, unlike the previous Far Cry numbered game where you were in rural North America, you're in this pretty much a take on Cuba that is being led by El Presidente himself, Castillo, voiced by Mr. Esposito himself. And it's one of the biggest drawbacks when it comes to the Far Cry franchise in terms of the story presentation. We get bits and pieces here and there of El Presidente as he tries to teach his son Diego the ways of being a perfect leader for the island that is Yara. But all the while he is being thwarted by not only the revolution headed by local guerrilla troops, but also the main character, either a male or a female chosen by the player at the beginning of the story, Danny Rojas. Now, beyond the stereotypical gameplay that is connected to the Far Cry franchise and really a majority of first-person shooters, there are some new implementations and some modifications to old implementations, including the addition of Supremos, which is this gigantic backpack that you can walk around with, that in the case of the console versions you can hit the bumper buttons at the same time that will fire off whatever this special backpack presents. Like the original one has rockets that shoot off. Another one actually shoots out gas clouds that not only poison enemies but also turn them against each other. There are several versions that are available to be purchased as you utilize currency that is earned in-game. Tying in with the Supremo is the resolver weapons. Now, these resolver weapons also have special qualities which are more similar to the weapons that were kind of cobbled together in Far Cry New Dawn. Like, one weapon is like a rocket launcher, but instead of shooting actual rockets, it shoots firework rockets. Another one also can shoot out poison gas in cloud form instead of just 3 balls like the Supremo does. And they are nice additions to the overall inventory of just regular SMGs, assault rifles, sniper rifles, and the like. But they don't feel like they're necessary in surviving or even thriving in a firefight. They're better used for strategic measures, or in the case of, say, like the rocket launcher, something to knock down a helicopter that will just randomly spawn during a shootout. Also returning from Far Cry 5 is Fangs for Hire, which was the animal companions that you could call on. In this iteration they're called Amigos, where you can bring forth the animals and utilize them in battle, like the crocodile that you can actually sick on people. On the opposite end of the spectrum, one of the key aspects that has been attached to pretty much all the Far Cry games is the removal of the skill tree for some reason. Unlike previous Far Cry games where you could get skill points as you got experience points to buy special abilities like being able to take down enemies from above, a majority of the abilities that you could purchase in the previous games are already connected to Danny, and it makes sense to a certain extent from a story perspective, considering the fact that Danny is a former soldier, so it's not like this fish out of water that is learning to become a warrior. Instead, he already is a warrior, so it's fine that he has a majority of the abilities that you in the previous games would also buy. Another implementation from the previous games, specifically from Far Cry Primal, is the outpost system, where you can upgrade the specific main outpost and put different camp facilities in place, such as being able to build up a cafeteria to purchase meals that turn into buffs. So one buff may be able to improve your stamina for 2 hours. To build up these camp upgrades, you must find these resources like metals and plastics that you will of course inevitably find as you search throughout areas or just defeat enemies. There are also some online implementations, including special operations, which was one of the most frustrating experiences I've had thus far when playing Far Cry 6. It is a sub mode that you have to go in, retrieve a radioactive device, and carry it to the exit while being shot at, and most importantly, keeping the thing from getting too hot and exploding. Through subsequent runs, you will get better at doing, but the first impression definitely didn't leave me with a good taste, and I really didn't want to go through it again. There are also banditos that you can send out in hopes of recruiting more allies and getting more resources. Usually they take up to 1 to 2 hours to complete after the first one. There of course are mini games like racing, even fishing and cockfighting, if that's your thing. Thankfully it's no bloody deaths, it's more of a nice little rock paper scissors fighting system that involves two chickens trying to drop kick and knock down each other. There are definitely some woes when it comes to Far Cry 6's design, especially when it comes to gameplay. One of the biggest issues definitely has to be the enemy spawning. When you're looking at the mini-map, there will be a red aura that shows up to showcase that there is an enemy in that area. You can clear an entire area and walk away, go 10-20 feet away, that would be removed from the mini-map, the area that you just cleared out, and then all of a sudden a red aura will pop up. And I have been in the middle of a mission, had these strenuous gunfights that should have left no one alive, and then a few seconds later turn around and see two enemies standing like nothing ever happened. It's the strangest thing. I don't understand what is going on with the enemy spawning system in this game, but it's definitely gratuitous and downright disheartening when you're trying to clear an area, when you're trying to be stealthy, and then all of a sudden an enemy just appears out of nowhere and just ruins your entire game. The ranking system that was introduced in Far Cry New Dawn returns here, and I don't like it here either. The ranking system pretty much takes away from once again, the feeling of progression. That you're getting better weapons, you're getting better equipment, and you're facing these enemies that are more strategic or have better armor themselves. Instead, you're put in positions where you have to look at your rank and decide whether or not it is cost effective. Say you're at rank 2, and you discover there's a mission that you want to complete, but it's in a rank 5 area. Those enemies will more than likely not only take significantly less damage, but will also deal out more damage to you. Now thankfully the ranking system does get Danny up to a significant point very quickly. It doesn't take that much work to get Danny up to a point where you don't feel outmatched or outclassed. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the ranking system is definitely broken. For example, one of the best weapons I have in my arsenal right now is a level 1, a star 1, a rank 1 sniper rifle that I've been using since the beginning of the game. Pretty much I got it in the first hour. And I've been able to clear entire camps and outposts with the sniper rifle without any problems, because I have armor-piercing bullets in the sniper rifle. One thing that this game does have is a variety of different bullets, be it soft target bullets or armor-piercing or even poison-inducing bullets. And I've been able to clear out areas with this very low-ranking sniper rifle, even though I'm facing rank 8, 9, 10 actual enemies, which to me just reinforces the fact that the ranking system is totally unnecessary. Technically the game is fine. I've had some moments, some crashing, some stuttering, some frame rate drops, but nothing significant. One of the biggest things is the fact that it does have a pretty good checkpoint autosave system, though I wish you could have the ability to actually manually save, just in case something does go wrong and the game doesn't save when you want it to. Overall, Far Cry 6 is just more Far Cry post Far Cry 3. The action, the entertainment, the abilities, the weapons, the amigos, and the story presentation is very similar to what we've seen thus far in previous Far Cry games. It doesn't really shake the boat, doesn't really do anything that's drastically different. It feels like another Far Cry experience. And if you've enjoyed that, then this is definitely for you. You will have a blast playing Far Cry 6. But if you've grown tired of the formula, if you've grown tired of just the overall Far Cry presentation that we've known for the last 10 years, then this will not change your mind. So there you have it. This has been Soulful Lordy, James Bullock, once again with another video game first impressions. Far Cry 6 for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Google Stadia, PC, and Amazon Luna. If you don't mind, there are some wild mutated chickens that are chasing me, and I'm tasked with destroying their eggs before they destroy an entire town. And if I'm not careful, they will leave me with no choice but to say, "Oh lordy."